Barcelona might be cooked. What the actual heck is going on here? Barcelona spent 70 million euros on one winger. In the same window, Real Madrid rebuilt their entire problem defense, admitted their own mistake, and quietly started cooking Barcelona alive. And the funniest part? Florentino Pérez is pulling most of this off almost single-handedly. So this transfer chaos everyone keeps talking about at Madrid, it might just be the coldest, most calculated summer the club's had in years. First, the context, because without it, none of this makes sense. 2 seasons, 0 major trophies. A 25-26 campaign that ended in a dressing room meltdown, one that reportedly turned physical. Fans turning on the board, and a president so rattled he called a snap election just to keep his chair. He won it, and the first thing he did was bring back the one man who turns every club he walks into a soap opera. José Mourinho is back at the Bernabeu for the first time in 13 years. That's where this all begins. Now, the main bet of this video. This summer, Real Madrid aren't just rebuilding. They're methodically taking Barcelona apart in the transfer market. Here's how. Start with the money. Barcelona spent around 70 million on one player, winger Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. One player. For roughly the same money, Real Madrid closed an entire line. Konate, a free agent from Liverpool, Dumfries, about 20 million from Inter, Cucurella, 60 from Chelsea. 3 defenders, one of them free, and a rebuilt back line against one winger. And along the way, Madrid basically admitted their own mistake. A year ago, they bought Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the defense still leaked. Now, they've rebuilt it from scratch. Next, Bernardo Silva. Barcelona wanted him for years. Endlessly linked to Catalonia, shopped around by super agent Jorge Mendes the moment his city contract talks stalled. This summer, both Barcelona and Atlético were seriously in for him. Atlético even had a verbal agreement. And then Real Madrid stepped in and closed the deal in about 36 hours. A free agent, City's former captain, pushed through personally by Mourinho. Barcelona walked away with nothing. Here we go. And this one's my favorite move. Barcelona's main attacking target is Julián Álvarez at Atlético, their Lewandowski replacement. Barcelona offered around 100 million. Atlético said no and publicly mocked them for running a smear campaign. And then Pérez shows up. Fresh off re-election, having promised fans a 150 million bid for a Galactico, he lobs exactly 150 at Atlético for Álvarez. The release clause is 500, so the bid gets rejected on site. But the point was never to buy him. The point was to drag the asking price up to a number this Barcelona simply can't reach. The press literally called it mischief-making. Florentino Pérez moving so hard, he's cooking Barcelona by himself. And the cherry on top, Marc Cucurella, the man Madrid grabbed for 60 million, is a La Masia graduate. Barcelona's own academy product. And now, the Catalans get to watch him in white. That doesn't exactly bring them joy. Now, about the defense, because they put it together in a hurry. Madrid and José were aiming for Joško Gvardiol at City. He can play both center back and left back, so he'd plug 2 gaps at once. But Gvardiol signs an extension with City, and Madrid's reaction was instant and, honestly, a little shocking. In under 24 hours, Pérez signs Marc Cucurella. And this isn't a signing for show. Cucurella is one of Chelsea's best players, and one of the very few in that squad nobody questions. He's versatile, a big boost going forward while staying reliable at the back. Which reminds me of a certain Brazilian kid with the same big, fluffy hair. Drop a comment if you know who I mean. Energy, aggression, work rate. A classic Mourinho player. Expensive, but expensive for a reason. And here's why the defense had to be patched so urgently. The leaders in central defense, Alaba and Militao, are wildly injury-prone. The fact that Militao can even walk after tearing both ACLs is a miracle on its own. Alaba is definitely leaving this summer. And per medical reports, the knees of their main center back, Rudiger, are basically crumbling. And even the free signing of Konate isn't a guaranteed fix back there. Konate had a rough season at Liverpool, and so did Liverpool as a whole. So missing out on Gvardiol isn't a small thing. Madrid are forced to keep scanning the market for a quick fix at the heart of their defense. And the young defenders? Dean Huijsen had a mixed season, never quite cemented himself as a leader. And Raúl Asensio, by contrast, had a very unambiguous one. He confirmed he shouldn't be allowed anywhere near Madrid's training ground, not even as the cleaner. So, central defense? Still an open wound. And one more detail that matters. Real Madrid spent recent years on a youth policy, barely signing anyone over 25. Now they're taking Silva, who's 31, and Dumfries, who's 30. By recent Madrid standards, those are veterans. And they changed that policy for exactly one man, for Jose. So the verdict on the first half is clear. Madrid rebuilt their defense for the price of one Barcelona winger, snatched Silva right out from under the Catalans, and inflated their price on Álvarez into the stratosphere. On the market right now, Pérez is Barcelona's worst nightmare. But here's the thing. Buying players is only half the job. Real Madrid's real problem is internal. The dressing room, a bloated squad, the conflicts, and the one man brought in to clean up all of it. That's part 2. Subscribe so you don't miss it.